Welcome back to the layout, everybody. Last time we were together, we did a store-bought tree and did a makeover on it. This was the one that we bought from, I don't know, some craft store. And it looks okay if it's from a long distance, a long ways away. And then we turned it into this one here, which I think is a better looking tree. What do you think? I do, anyway. And today we're going to do a different kind of tree. It's made with wire. You guys have probably seen 1,000 different ones. Today, I was going to do that. We're going to use wire. We're going to use this 16 gauge wire. It looks copper. You get it. We got this at Hobby Lobby in the section where the ladies section where they make jewelry and stuff like that. And we got some of this. We got this in the area where you have the artificial flowers and stuff. And this is also, I think this is a 16. Yeah, this is 18 gauge. And the copper was 16. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend them here in the middle, and I'm going to twist them together. And the copper ones are going to be the main branches, and then the green ones are going to be the smaller branches. And we've decided to use. This is kind of a experiment. We're going to use these larger gauge, because the thinner ones you have to really twist a lot. And these here, I don't think we'll have to. But I got some stuff here in case I have to. A thicker trunk out of this. And you just twist it down here like this. Get your finger in there and twist these all together. And as you go up, we're going to split them up. Like this. You'll have 2 going off this way that are the copper, and there'll be 4 on each one of them. And you take them and you'll twist these green ones around the outside of the copper ones. And as you go up, you'll split them off again, so that the green ones become the smaller branches. You'll twist these like this. And there you go. You got another branches. Same thing with this side. Yeah. Just like that. You can cut that off. Now you've got a nice branch there. Do the same thing over here. You just twist these wires together. So we've got 5 and 6 in it instead of. And then you just do the same thing. You just twist these together to make your smaller offshoots. Like I said, this is sort of an experiment. I've never done this before with in doing this type of I've done it with just the straight green, little green wires. I've never done it with the copper. But we thought that the copper wire, because it's thicker, would give us a larger trunk. And then you can still twist these and make them any way you want, shape them any way you want. You can bring this down, twist it up this way, because these branches don't always go in the same direction. And just keep twisting the wires until you get it the way you want it. Just like I said, most trees they don't all grow perfectly the same way as all the others. So some will twist a little different and grow a little bit different, depending how the sun rises and sets. Everything grows toward the sun, and if the sun hits on one side more than the other, then the branches and leaves will grow a little bit differently. There you go. You have and then what I'll do is I'll cover it in latex. And after I get it covered in latex, then I will paint it. First brown, this is called nutmeg, and then I'll make a wash with this brown hippo gray and lightly color over it, well, like like I did with the rocks. It's a dry brush. Whew, boy, brain fart. But then you just twist these and get them in the shape that you want them, and then some of them you may have to trim because they got a little long. But that's okay, we can trim them. And then after I get it painted, we will put the foliage on it to make it look like a tree. There you go. We got the starting of a tree. See there? What do you think? Think it looks okay? Yeah, not bad. Okay. Now, what it'll turn out to look like is something similar to this. You see the the latex on there, and then I will paint that as well as this. I'll paint everything that brown, and then I'll do a dry brush over that with the gray, because if you look at trees, they're not perfectly brown. They look more gray than brown. Okay? What do you think? This is the brown. Get a paintbrush here, and we will start painting it. Let the paint dry, and then, like I said, we'll go back over this with the dry brush on the gray. But we want to cover all the latex. And what we'll be gluing on here for the foliage part will be the pieces of super tree that we don't use, that we clip off the bottom, because you use the super tree to make the different trees on the layout, and to give it a trunk you have to trim parts of it off. And those parts is what I glue on each end of these to make the tree branch and the leaves, the foliage on the tree. Yeah. Get it all nice and painted like that. You let that dry, and then you come back and you do a dry brush. And this is going to be where I take the latex and put on this tree. All you do is just get some on your brush, and there you go, just put it on. And this becomes the trunk of your tree. And what's good about it is you can paint it and it's fine, and you can still bend it if you want, change it a little bit, because the latex is flexible. I usually put 2 or 3 coats, because I want to cover up as much of the wire as I can, because trees don't usually grow twisty like this. And if you can cover it all up, you don't see the twists in the wire. And it's pretty simple. It's just like painting, only it's way thicker. Just use a brush that you don't care if it ever gets cleaned out or not, cleaned up. This is one that's been used for a lot of different stuff, and I keep trimming bristles off of it, and pretty soon it won't be good for anything, unless it's a back scratcher. So, pretty simple. And this is the same latex that you can use to make rock molds. And you just get some rocks from your garden and paint them with your latex, and then when it dries you just pull the rocks out of the latex, and now you've got a mold for making rocks. And if you guys want, write it, tell me down in the comments if you want to see me make some rock molds with this stuff. And this latex can be bought at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or any of the hobby shops in town. And like I said, you can use it for quite a few things. Making molds or covering trees. And if these are too long, even with the latex on them, you can trim them. All I want to do is just kind of cover all the wire. And I usually let it set up overnight. It's before I put another coat on. I usually put the first one on pretty thick. The second one you don't really have to. Pretty simple. Goes on pretty easy. And then when I'm all done here, probably tomorrow, I will cut the bottom loop to make the roots. There you go, that's the first coat. Now, tomorrow, when this is all dry, I'll put another coat on. What do you think? Get some gray, and we're going to dry brush the gray. Move this to the side. Put the cap on that. There we go. I'll get some, take some gray, get it on our napkin over here, paper towel I mean, napkin. Okay, I'm going to take this, get some gray on it. get as much off as we can, and then we're going to just lightly brush that on. You see how I'm just kind of lightly getting some gray on there. You can still see the brown, but then there's also some gray in there. And when you look at tree trunks, that's exactly how they look. There, you can see a little brown in there, but it's mostly gray. Okay, we're almost done painting here. I've got just a few more little things to do, and then we'll have it ready to sit here and dry up. And then when we come out, when this is all dry, we'll start adding our leafage, foliage, whatever you want to call it, to it.
The leafy green stuff.
The leafy green stuff, yeah. And when it's all done, see there how that looks? Looks like a tree branch or a nice tree. You know, these now is leaves. Yeah. And when we come back, it's going to look a lot like this. Only the trunk is a little bit different, but we have the nice tree there, and it's going to look like this when we get all done with these nice little branches there. So thanks guys for coming along with us. This has been fun. I hope you guys had as much fun doing it as I did, and we will see you next time. Thank you for riding along.